Hey there, it is Tom Stone on behalf of Indie Structural Productions once again. And there's really no way to deny the fact that there is one video that is above all others on this channel, and one series that has garnered a whole lot more attention than a lot of videos combined on this channel that I've been running for the past 10 or so years. That would be the pine guitar. So this is the 100% pine guitar. Every single bit of wood in this guitar is made out of pine. If you have not checked out the full build video of this, check up there. There is also a playlist with a more in-depth series of videos where I build the friggin' thing. Now, more often than not, there is one comment that I will see more and more people posting about, and that is, well, clearly the neck is gonna bend. Or, you know, it's been X amount of years. How's the neck doing? Surely that doesn't stay in tune anymore. Surely there's something wrong with it by now. This was built 3 years ago, so let's have a look. Is it still in good condition, or is there something we need to fix? But hey, first things first. Gonna need some coffee. Let's do this. Now, one of the most common things that people ask is whether or not the neck has moved, because it's made out of pine, it's strung up, it's tensioned up, it should be moving, right? Well, back in 2020 and early 2020, when this guitar had been strung up for about a week or two, I adjusted the truss rod ever so slightly. Since then, I haven't touched it. Let's see. I mean, yeah, there's some relief. More than I would usually put, but it's not that bad. So yeah, there's a little bit of a gap, a little bit of light coming through. We're gonna have a look. This isn't bent out of shape. There is a little less than 1 millimeter of relief on this. So I call that a win. Let's have a look at some other things, shall we? So yeah, the neck needs a little bit of adjustment. That's fine. That was to be expected. I believe I did a fairly okay. Yeah, I did a fairly okay knock job. The frets could take a little bit of polishing up. I could polish up the fretboard. The strings are still exactly the same as when this was originally strung up, so we're gonna fix that with some Ernie Ball Super Slinkies. Let's check how the tuning's held up. I tuned this a few weeks back. Ooh, a little bit of fret ends poking, but I've had much worse on my Ibanez over there than this. This isn't that bad. And let's check the tuning. I tuned this up 2 weeks ago, so let's see how it is. Not bad. Took a little bit of tuning, but hey, I was being dumb. Let's adjust the truss rod. There, now that's a lot more tolerable of relief. All right, so one thing I did notice that while I am tuned up, I haven't intonated this all that well. So we're gonna fix that by quite a margin. So yeah, let's fix the intonation on this. Haha, the culprit. Remember when I put the neck in the wrong place? On the top scoop there, so moving it back that much. Much better fret access, really.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Thought so. Oh. I cocked up. That blows. Well, intonation is going a lot further back. However, this screw is starting to hit this string, so we need to fix that. We might need to put in shorter screws for this. And just as I turned off the camera, the string exploded into my hand. So yeah, this was not in good condition. With the saddle screw kind of digging into it, that didn't help matters. So yeah, we're gonna change the strings anyway, because look at them. They're pretty nasty. So yeah, gonna change the strings. Gonna see if I need to shorten these screws a little bit. Well, loosening the tension the first time in 3 years. Guitar's not blowing up in my face. That's a plus. One thing I had added, of course, yeah, string trees. Just to get a little bit more angle on the nut. It is funny. I just heard a thunk, a crack from all the tension coming undone. But I'm fairly sure that that was just the bridge settling. Saddle screws that I had, those were a bit too long, so let's shorten those down. Gonna cut them up a little bit. Then we need to do a little bit of filing on the ends so we don't actually break any strings like we already did here. Put the saddles back together and then it's time to string this baby up. Oh yeah, I just noticed while I was taking the strings off, these nuts, they're a bit loose. So I'm gonna tighten those up while I'm at it. Just might as well tighten everything up, make sure everything's real nice before moving onwards. Alright, so basically just need to do a little bit of clean up here. So first off, we're gonna have a look at those fret ends. We're gonna get those nicely sanded down ever so slightly. Gonna burnish those up with a burnisher. Then let's move on to actually polishing up the fretboard. So gonna put on some polish, rub that down, get that nice polish on there, and then give a little bit of a TLC to the frets here. Just gonna use a abrasive, a quick little once over, and that's pretty much it, really. Next up, strings. So I'm gonna put, as we previously had, we're gonna put on a set of 9s, 9 to 42s on this, and Ernie balls. They should be pretty good. Little nick there, just to make it easier to pass through. There. 1, 2, 3, and through. Now to find out if it's gonna blow up when I start tuning it. Where did I put my pick? Jeez, I just had it. Oh, there we go. Oh man, the tension's really stressing me out. Was I this stressed the last time I put it together? Yeah, but that neck is looking great. My microphone fell off, just give me a sec. Is the G string gonna be the one that breaks the camel's back, so to speak? We'll find out. I'm starting to remember why I put 9s on it instead of 10s, because this is really stressing me out. Like, I should have faith in the fact that it doesn't blow up, right? And I do. The neck hasn't moved, but somehow I feel like it has. Why is this so tight? Oh, it's the tuner. Yeah, it's the tuner. It's loud. So let's do intonation, shall we? It's weird how light it is. I'm pretty close. Just a little bit. So all of these are pretty much, need to go back a whole bunch.
So there we are. It is still playing. It's still in tune. Now it's got shinier fretboard, shinier frets. It's actually, you know, just took a little bit of truss rod adjustment. That was it. And yeah, neck is still on. While I was a little apprehensive putting on the strings and tensioning them up, neck hasn't moved. It's still in. It's in a much flatter state than it was. Now we're about a fraction of a mil of relief there in the middle. However, there are fundamental flaws with this guitar. I didn't go too much into, you know, fixing things up or doing anything too drastic this time around. There's a very good reason for that. Now, from the very get-go, from the very beginning, this guitar was a sort of challenge of, yes, can you build a fully 100% pine instrument? But it's also made with the cheapest stuff that we could find. The cheapest parts, the tuners are horrible, the electronics are kind of and yeah, there's a lot of things about it that just don't work. And because I accidentally, as you might have seen in the original video or series, I accidentally routed the neck pocket too deep instead of to the line that I had originally marked out. So the scale length at the bridge isn't in the correct spot to where I put the bridge, which means the intonation is not possible. I mean, we're not far off. It's a little sharp still. And for instance, with the bottom E, it's a little more further out, and I've run out of space of adjustment. Now, that and so much more is going to change, because the original idea was that, yes, let's put together the cheapest possible instrument. Sure, make completely out of pine. But then I started thinking, how good can we make this? So what has been in my mind for many years now, but I just haven't really, A, had the funds to do it, and B, haven't found the time to do it either, is to actually make this into the guitar that it should be. Now what that's going to entail, we need to change the bridge. As it does have the little riser, it is a bit too high because the neck pocket, also accidentally there was a sliver of veneer in there, so the angle changed from what it was supposed to be. So now it has a more Gibson-y, tunematic-y sort of angle with a hardtail. So we're going to change that. We're going to put a tunematic in this. That should fix that. We're going to put a nice bare knuckle pickup in here. Bare knuckle electronics in general. We're going to get rid of the cheap plastic nut, replace that with something nicer. We're going to put in Schaller locking tuners, and this is going to be a totally different beast after that. And I really, really look forward to it, because I want this to be better than it is currently. And currently, it's fun. It's a very gimmicky guitar, sure. But I want it to play in tune as well. And for it to play in tune, we need to fix the bridge. While we're fixing the bridge, we might as well fix a couple of other things. I'm also thinking I might put on, because this has one session of clear coats on it. We're going to put some more clear coat on it, just to make it look a little bit nicer. It's still fairly rough around the edges. This was clear coated in winter. You know, it looks like it was as well, so we're going to fix that up. But overall, hey, it still works, and that was the kind of the main thing anyway. So see you guys in the next video. I missed the camera with that one. All right. Toodles.